Yo, come check this out. This is not an engine. This is actually an electric Peugeot 5008 with a 73 kilowatt hour battery. Well, it kind of sucks because this ginormous SUV doesn't have a frunk. Well, I guess has enough space for other things. This is what it looks like basically. This thing goes 170 kilometers per hour with somewhere around 500 kilometers of range and 213 horsepower. Front wheel drive, sadly, in Sweden for some reason, I don't know why, there is a dual motor version on this thing. You can get it in some countries. But this is what the front looks like. You have this classic Peugeot grille with lights. The lights are not really visible due to how sunny it is today. It's actually such beautiful weather. And the grille looks really nice. I really like the design with the color white. Actually, it's a nice integration. And this one is GT model. And if you guys have checked out my older Peugeot video, you know, the 3008, that one is also GT model. And their interiors are pretty much identical. Now moving on to the side profile here. Have these efficient looking rims. Interesting design here. This is plastic. This is aluminum alloy, I believe. And it's such an interesting design. It's actually really nice. The side profile looks really nice. And of course, obviously have these. It's such a large side. You can see this thing is quite long. I believe it's somewhere around 4.89 meters. Not really sure. I think it is somewhere around it. And let's actually check if the rear door opens wide enough. It is actually very wide. And don't mind this bag over here, it's fine. It's actually very wide. The interior looks pretty much the same as the Peugeot 3008 GT trim. And if we get out of here, and also one thing I don't want to forget is if we guys come here and take a look at this, you have a sun visor here on the GT trim. Now the kind of weird thing about this is that you have this but not motorized seats, which I believe that's actually kind of weird. I don't know, it just doesn't sound right. And same thing here, the back looks actually really nice. It's a classic Peugeot design for the back. And you even have, oh, I apologize. You even have the E5008. E stands for the electric model, which you can also get in a hybrid. It's 145 horsepower. Pretty much the same hybrid driveline as the Peugeot 3008. I think it's similar between Peugeot cars. Basically what it looks like here on the rear. Now let's jump into the front seat. See if it's actually comfortable to sit. Oh yeah, I also don't want to forget, this is for the charging. I believe 20 to 80% should take around half an hour. And 11 kilowatt charger should take around 4 hours, I think. Does take a little time. Actually, I'm not really sure since the information is actually different for each country, so I highly suggest you guys to check it out yourself. It's kind of scary that the information varies between countries. For example, I checked for UK and they said they had a 72 kilowatt hour battery. This one on Sweden says 73 kilowatt hours, so check that out for your own country just to be sure. Let's check the driver's side right here. Now let's just start from the door here. It opens pretty wide enough for you. You have the Peugeot stamp, I call it, down there, and then the side looks, the door panel itself looks normal. You have this fabric over here, some crazy design, have speakers over here, and of course these over here. The buttons are soft, they're not bad. Classic Peugeot buttons, and then the lock, and of course it's gonna unlock now. Now I'm just gonna sit down here and show you guys how it is when you're inside it. Not too bad, like I said, it's kind of weird that you don't have motorized seats on the almost last trim. You don't have it, it's only on the last one, and it's kind of weird when you don't have it. I would highly suggest you to get the motorized seats if you're gonna buy this vehicle. Not too bad. You have, it's a classic Peugeot design. Same thing at 3008. It's basically 3008 but just longer and larger in height, I would say. This thing is somewhere around 1.7 meters, not too tall, almost as tall as me. I'm 1.77, so a little taller. Comfortable. Now back to this. Pretty nice. I can lay back. The head is good. Lots of headroom. 177 centimeters. This is great. Even if you're short or long, you will feel comfortable in this because you can move a lot. You can move around. The rear seats are also really comfy. We're gonna go to it very soon. Now moving on to interior here, looks pretty nice. The casual steering wheel, as you can see, it says GT model on the steering wheel. If we go to the other side real quick, show you guys better. Oh, from there, you know, just to get a better perspective. It's kind of weird if we just only look from one perspective. So I really want to show you guys what this car is about. I'm just gonna put these things in the back. Now on this side, this is what it looks like from this passenger side. You have this crazy screen here, which is off. I'm going to turn it on right now. And here are basically shortcuts. I'm going to turn the radio off completely. Have the shortcuts over here on the GT model. I think this is also available in Ultimate. It's kind of weird on their website. The Ultimate doesn't have this as a picture, which I think is wrong. It's just a picture issue. You will get this with the 360 view camera and blind spot monitor and those safety features. Not too crazy here. The navigation is Peugeot's own. It actually looks like something like Google Maps, but it's really not Google Maps. It is Google Maps, I think. Yeah, it is. It's very smooth, not too bad. Also have 4G in the car. AC's on too. The AC is pretty cold. Then you can choose between climate control here, and then you can move around and sync. Seats back, and there's also climate control for the back. Now we don't have cooled seats. I don't know if Peugeot actually offers it. I don't think so. You have the heated seats here that you can adjust, and then you have also media, home, which you can customize like this. Yeah, this is actually not too bad. You have the things over there, and then you can mess around and you click it, you get to it instantly. Moving on to here, you have wireless charging down here. And right down here, it's kind of difficult to see it, but you have it right there. There's actually a light down there, so you can't see it at night. And also there's this light indicating that you have wireless charging on. Drive mode selectors down here. Have some shortcuts for the climate control here. Heated front windshield and rear windshield off, max and minimum. And you can turn it on and off like this. And then you have, of course, the circulation mode. And then you have also a couple of things here. You have go home and a bunch of other shortcuts, which I believe you might be able to. And check it out. This thing right here, you have some extra space under and below. 2 USB-Cs for charging, and one of them can be used for data transfer. 12-volt socket right down there. We move closer to it. You can see it. I know it could be a little difficult to show it, but I got it. And if I take the camera here and control this so you guys can see this better. So, and take a look at the cup holders here. Not too crazy, I would say. Have all these stuff here. Zoom out a little bit just to show you guys better what I mean. Which is really nice there. You have these pedals. You have paddle shifters back here. Kind of difficult to show it. Let me change the camera mode. This is much easier now. Show it. Apologize for that. Here we have the paddle shifters, and every move you make, it actually tells you what you're doing. I'm actually frying in this car right now. I need to turn the AC on. It's kind of hot today, and this is what it looks like up here. Fold it down. Have built-in lights, which is really cool. And they turn off when you close it. Now I'm able to take notes. Here we have the glove box, which isn't too interesting. It's dampened. It's pretty light if I get to show it properly. Pretty light, as you can see. So it's not bad. Dampened. Have the passenger view over here. Looks really cool. Such a beautiful design. Door panel is the same. A little plasticky down there, and a little softer above. And moving on to the center console here, the camera is not cooperating. I apologize. there, if we get it right, there you go. You got the center console. There's actual light down there, so you can see what you have, and you can also take this off. And you can also move it. It's not attached to anything. It's basically just there to help you. And like I said, I'm repeating this again. Not too different from the 3008. Pretty much the same thing, but just longer and a little bit more crazy. Actually, the seats are cool though. I really like the seats. I think it is similar as 3008. Fabric seats are really beautiful. So I feel like that's a really cool thing about it. Climate controller, you get the hazards, and you press this down for volume as well, and then the handbrake you have over there. Another cool feature about this thing is that this one doesn't have 360 view cameras, but as we move back, it starts showing over here. It starts loading in, which is really cool. You see, if I want to demonstrate it a little bit better, this car doesn't have 360 view cameras, but it keeps saving how much you go back, everything that is behind you, like the lines over there. If I want to move forward, it shows that I'm passing the line. Pretty cool, you know? Doesn't have 360 view camera, but it saves the path you're going backwards through the rear view camera. Just demonstrated to you when you're parking, which is really cool. Because if we just have it as an example here, and say I want to park right here, right there, the lines are saving. I can easily just look at it to see if I'm fixed with the line. Now I'm not, but if you see, it shows you because you've gone, it has detected it through the reverse camera, and now it's saving that and adding it up more and more as you progress backwards, which is really cool. Now let's actually move on to the rear seats, because I feel like I've talked about this thing too much to the front. I'm gonna move out, and here it says, actually, let me never leave the vehicle without checking that the parking brake is applied. Warning lamp on permanently. All right, so the warning lamp turns on. Nothing too crazy. Not too bad actually to have a warning, just to letting you know. I feel like it's actually really useful. Some cars don't tell you anything about it. Like I said, the sun visor's over here in the rear seat. Just apply it. Too bad. I'm gonna sit down. Ooh, all right, hold on. I gotta fix this up real quick. Get it up. Here, that's better. And not too bad. And you can actually adjust it, which is really cool. A lot of room, I would say, even though it's an electric car, and it is a lot of. It's very comfortable, if I want to say it. Hold on, this is a problem with the tent. Oh, it's locked. The rear is locked, by the way. I think you can lock it over there. So talking about the comfort, it's pretty nice. Lots of leg room, headroom is pretty good. This thing is a little close, but I don't think it's an issue. As you see, I'm moving my head, but it doesn't really hit. But if you hit a bump, maybe, but I don't think so. Since you're sitting like this, I think it'll be fine. And then you can get a panoramic view with better hi-fi speakers. It's a package they can add. Depends on the countries, like I said, you should check it yourself. And then we move to the other side real quick, just get a better view. And I do this just to not edit too much. It's better for you guys to actually see everything yourself, how we move. It's better, you get a perfect view of the car. Things over there. Any cup holders in the middle? Yes, you do. It's actually not bad, and this part is actually really cold. The plastic is really cold, which is great if you're boiling in the car. And not too bad. And these seats actually move because you have another row, and then you have also ISOFIX down there. Here you also have the climate control, like I was talking about earlier. You can adjust it, but it's locked at the moment on the front, which you can also enable. And you can of course adjust the fan speed for back here and temp. And you have some chargers down there, a 12-volt socket. And I also forgot that on the front over there you actually have sunglasses compartment where you can store them. Now if I want to move in here, I have no idea actually how we get into the other. If we get out, if I can maybe get it to work. If I want to get in the other row, if we get in there. For me, it is a little difficult, but I think other people can do it. Oh man, this thing is very low. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna put this back. The headrest is really low. Let me just get it up. So this is what it looks like actually, and not too bad. You can fold this just to get a better view. So not too bad. There's quite a lot of space for a third row. My legs are my thighs are very high up. I mean, my leg in total. And there's some space under the seat that you can actually put, and you can also fit another person here. And I would say it would work out for a little bit. Maybe for a trip, it would probably work pretty well. It's not bad. It's pretty comfortable. The belts are also not too bad. Have a 12-volt socket here. They can also charge cup holders as well. You got some hitches over here that you can tie things around, which is really cool. It's actually one of the most comfortable third rows I've been in. Really nice. You can feel somebody else. The fabric as well, the seats are really good quality. Now let's jump into the, I'm not going to jump into it, but let's go check out the trunk. Sorry for the word. Jump into the trunk. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sounds like kidnapping. Alright, let's slowly get out. Like I said, I'm just struggling to get out because of my knee. There's a long story about it, but not too important. But you will probably make it in without an issue. So from the trunk here, should be a button right down there. Opens up pretty wide. You have some space. It's actually quite low, but too bad. This thing is also very low. The trunk itself is really low. I think you might be able to, okay, you will not be able to adjust it. This is the highest apparently. And it is quite low for a trunk. To be honest, the Renault 5, you guys should check out my video. I actually demonstrated the Renault 5 trunk is so much, it opens up much higher. Very high, unrealistically high. Okay, I guess not too bad. You have some space down here for some charging. This is the blind, I guess you would want to call it, for the rear. You can attach it. And I'm not going to do that right now since this is a test drive car. I don't want to mess it up. And then you can also fold these. My question is, how do you fold these seats? Either you have to press them from there. As for something else, it's actually a really good question. How do you fold the third row? Something that we have to investigate to figure out. Oh, there's a fabric here that you actually pull and then you push them down. I'm just going to demonstrate it how big the trunk is. And this trunk itself is almost 400 liters of space with those seats without folding them. 300 here, and then with folding them is somewhere around, I think, 600 probably. I'm not sure. Let me actually measure it. You guys wait right here. I'm gonna actually bring out something new. Got myself a ruler, just demonstrate it better instead of just giving dimensions because it's more realistic. If we just check from here, then I'm gonna be a little more realistic this time. We would say the seats are, upright. You have around 44 centimeters of length, and you have, I would say, around 102 centimeters of width, which is not too bad. And if we move all the way back, if you guys take a better look, without folding those, you have around 119 centimeters, which is quite a lot. And then the width is still the same. And if we fold that one as well, if you guys wait there, if we fold this one as well, This one doesn't really fold that much. I don't think you can actually. Okay, wait, let me see. If you fold it this way, there you go. The question is, how does this one fold? Oh wait, there's a fabric you can pull. And then this one as well. I'm gonna get to the other side to do it. Make sure that's in place. Just gonna make sure it lands right below it. My pen landed down there. I just gotta grab it. Oh, I just found out the charging cables are down here. I didn't see them. And this, as you can see, it's very large. You can fit so many things in here. You gotta just keep in mind that they can't be very tall. You see, it's quite limited. But if we just take a look at the length, I don't think my ruler is enough for this. Oh wait, it's actually perfect. Let me see, I don't want to mess it up. Perfect. I'm having a touch over there. This is actually 183 centimeters. That's a lot. You can fit, someone can lay down here if they're below 183 centimeters. That's actually really impressive for such an SUV. I mean, it's pretty long. It's a massive SUV. Actually really cool. You have a, people care about where should I put my charging cables. You can fit it anywhere in this thing. There's so many holes, there's so many things that you can care about. I'm just gonna close the trunk here. It pulls automatically. Now I'm gonna keep it short. Should you buy this thing? I would say it's not bad, you can, but if you want to buy it, I would highly recommend you get the highest trim with everything. This thing doesn't have many cool things and many things that would make the driving better without having the highest trim. This is a GT model. It does have quite a lot of things, but motorized seats is actually really important. Something that I feel like it has to be not standard, but available for at least the almost last trim. It's very important. I don't know why people don't do it, why companies don't want to add these things. Honestly, I don't want to adjust that seat all the time. If you're multiple people driving it, adjusting it is kind of a pain, because sometimes you might not adjust it like you did before. So I highly recommend you get the motorized one. And this thing is fast, I guess. 8.5 seconds, I would say, somewhere around that. 0 to 100, it's pretty quick. It does have around 500 kilometers range. You can get the 98 kilowatt hour. That one has up to 600. And also more horsepower, somewhere around 230 horsepower. So not too bad. And I would say it looks really majestic. It is pricey though. It starts from 41,000 euros, somewhere around there, and it might end somewhere between 60 and 70,000 euros. So pricey compared to the other car manufacturers. You have the Lexus RX that you can also compare to, but that one, like I said, that's a whole another story and a whole another level of comparison. You can also compare it to the Hyundai Santa Fe, which is also a really large SUV. It looks way different. The rear looks very different, but it's a very tall SUV. If you like this video, let me know. If you didn't, let me know if you want me to change anything. And hey, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and keep yourself updated about the latest things on the car market. And if you have any suggestions that you feel like you have to get it out, why force yourself to forget it? How about you drop it down in the comment section, and I will take a look into it and improve my videos and get a car that you want to see next. Stay tuned.